Good morning. It is 10:09 a.m. on Sunday, January 23rd, 2022. It is now getting late enough in January that my plans for a trip in February ought to start feeling real to my brain, and I should start making actual, logistical plans instead of just saying, oh, that's far enough away, there's tons of time. I feel like I had a full day yesterday. I exercised. I did more of the supernatural. I'm still really into that, although I did a bunch of virtual boxing yesterday, and my shoulders and neck are sore. Um, it's fun. I mean, I'm still digging it, and I think one of the things that is nice about that particular program is that they have a lot of in addition to the boxing and then what they call flow, which is like you're using like virtual bats to hit things, and you're moving, you know, bigger arm movements as opposed to boxing, which is that sort of thing. Um, but they also have stretching and meditations, which are pretty good. And guided meditation, I think, can be really good and positive in a lot of ways anyway. But the same virtual reality setup that makes the other things work, like makes it get to see, like you get to do your guided meditation like on a mountaintop. You don't have to sort of imagine being on a mountaintop. You just like look around. It's like you're on a mountaintop. And that really works for me. Uh, Maybe part of what I like about that is that, and I've talked about this before, and it's always a little bit hard to completely get into because it's impossible to know exactly what other people perceive. But I have come to understand and believe that I've got some degree of something called aphantasia, where uh, I like this is a whole subject I wasn't really expecting to get into today, but the basic concept of it is that I have difficulty sort of seeing visual images in my brain. Like when they say visualize an apple and see this apple in your mind, like I don't literally, like I can think about an apple, but I don't see an apple in my head. And the thing is, it's like it's always unclear, like it's always been unclear to me is like, but do other people feel like they literally see it? Cuz I sure don't. But do other people really do it, or do they just kind of say they do it, or is it actually different? And I don't know. So in any case, I've had um, in the past, I've had some guided meditations really ask you to visualize these places or these things, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not getting as much out of that as they seem to be wanting me to. And so having just like an actual nice location to be in kind of is calming. Um, in any case, so I did that. I did the exercise, I mean. And the reason I mentioned the meditations and the stretching is just because even on days, it encourages you to kind of engage with the program, even on days where, like, I did a big exercise yesterday and I should probably have a rest day today, but you can still get in there to do, like, a stretch and a meditation, for example, and you kind of stay engaged. And so I like that. But then I did that, and then I went grocery shopping, and then I had the second meeting of my musical improv perspective team thing, and we did some, a little bit more talking about, how to incorporate some of those exercises that I've been mentioning into sort of daily practice, and then we got into doing some actual like practice singing and little bits of improv scenes, just getting into it. Nothing too rigorous yet, but, getting there. And that was fun. And then later in the day, in the evening, we finally got back to our campaign of Root on so many levels, which is our game that is set in a kind of a vaguely medieval sort of setting with anthropomorphic animal characters, very much in the vein of like Disney's Robin Hood or Redwall, the Redwall books. And it's good. It was nice getting back into that game, and it was a good session. And yeah, we got to leave our heroes on a heck of a cliffhanger, and yeah, it's exciting. So I just feels like a full day, and I feel pretty good about it. I did end up, I think, a little bit overstimulated and sort of had a little bit of a headache that's lingering just a little bit, kind of vaguely migrainey, but I'm okay and will be fine, and I'm just looking forward to having today be a little bit less full, a little more relaxing. In the meantime, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.